Hello guys, thank you so much for joining today's masterclass organized by Educational Labs. So I'm Chandana. I'll be hosting today's masterclass with Abhishek Agarwal. So before we start, let me give a small brief about Educational Labs. So in Educational Labs, we provide training basically from the mentors who is currently working in the industry. So in Educational Labs, like all the trainers are working in particular domain for which we provide training. So let me introduce the mentors. Abhishek Agarwal is providing a training related to the Azure domain. He is like Microsoft certified Azure data engineering with 8 years of hands-on experience in Azure data engineering domain. So he will be handling the complete Azure data engineering course. And like we do have like a Velu Murugan sir, he is handling like a AWS and Snowflake domain. And we do have like a cancer, like he will be handling like a SQL and Python. So Sindhu Patapati, she will be handling the Power BI, and the Sankadas, he'll be handling the Azure as well. So these all are our mentors. These all are you'll be getting training basically from the mentors like who is currently working in the industry. So let me tell you like why to choose us. So like you'll be learning, as I told you, like you'll be learning from the industry experts. And like here, like you'll be having like a personalized learning, like a batch size is like a small, like we take like limited students, like 15 to 20 students, we help them till they get the job. So we guide you course as per your profile. So even though like you'll be having like a job ready support, so if you want to like switch a company or domain, actually what and all you need, like real-time hands-on projects and how to build your resume, like a proper interview preparation, mock interview, scenario-based question. So everything will be an end-to-end. This is an end-to-end course. And like we do have a 7 days refund policy. If you're not satisfied with our training, so you can come back to us and get a refund. So nobody come to us for refund because of our teaching style. So and we do have like a price match policy. Like if you find like a similar training in the market, the offers personalized mentoring and the real time and the real world projects and the end to end support, we also have a price match policy in the place. And we do have live courses like Azure Data Engineering course and Databricks and Spark and AWS Data Engineering course, Snowflake course, SQL, Python, Power BI. So, and we do have a combined courses like Azure Data Engineering plus Snowflake and AWS plus Snowflake. And we do have a recording session. So, the persons who are interested to learn the fast track, so they can offer the recording session as well. So let me go to the like today's master class. Yeah. So in today's 2 hours master class, what is the agenda of today's master class? So yeah. So you'll be learning in today's master class like what is the cloud and data engineering, is data engineering is right for you or not, and tools and skills to learn, and how much coding is needed, and what are the pre-requires and the steps to switch career, must have certificate, interview tips and salary information, and Q&A with experts. So like as per your profile, like we need to know right like what to learn and how much to learn, and this is the agenda of today's masterclass. So you will understand data engineering is right for you or not. So these courses are ideal for new to Azure and like who can learn from the scratch. And as I told you, like you'll be learning from the industry experts, and you'll be like learning three real-time hands-on projects and practical hands-on experience. And what are the package like you can expect for up to 20 LPA. And if you go with the combined course, like you can target for 40 to 45 LPA. So you can download the curriculum here. So you can check all the topics are covered here. You can check it out here. Yeah, and you can check like reviews from the people, and like you'll be getting the certificate also, like once after the completion of the course, and you can check the video reviews as well. There are the video reviews here from the just current, like who joined our course and got the job. And like here are the course details. So this is the pricing for the both, for the live course and for the recorded course. At the end of the master class, like we'll be offering a special discount for those like who wish to enroll. And even if you're not planning to join any courses, please pay close attention. So you will gain like clear guidance on what skills you should focus on based on your profile. Yeah. So I request Abhishek Agarwal sir to share the screen, and he'll be take us to overall the master class and the
Okay.
agenda of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Chandana, for giving the brief
Hello,
introduction. So, yeah,
Yeah.
this
Thank
yeah,
you.
is
please.
Vijay.
Yeah,
So I
Vijay.
have a doubt like up to which level of experience this course is work?
We have different courses. So we have the courses for like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and also more than 5 years of experience as well. We have different courses for as per the different profile, which you will
Mhm.
understand in today's masterclass. What is your
Can you
profile?
like my profile is 4 years.
Sorry?
4 years.
Yeah, so we have a course for you. You don't need to worry about it. Do you have any follow-up question?
Yeah, hello.
No, no. So if possible to explain the fee and curriculum of
Everything will
year
be
of
explained.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything will be explained one by one. So, all right, guys. So first of all, let me give you a brief introduction.
Hello.
What will be, yeah.
So sorry, just one question. I saw in the message that you'll be showing 5 pipelines in this demo. Is that true?
I will show you the architecture diagram of 5 project which we will be doing in the course that I will be showing you. What is the architecture diagram and what is the significance of each architecture diagram that I will describe you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And I think it's very clear that in 2 hours, I cannot like build 5 pipelines, but I will show you the architecture of 5 pipelines. Okay. All right, guys.
Okay.
So let's start the master class. First of all, I will mute everyone so that I don't get a background noise. And if you have any question, please type in the chat. I'm regularly checking this chat, right? So if you have any question, you can type in the chat and I will be answering those questions. For now, I will mute everyone, right? So that I don't get a background noise. But if you have any question, you can ask in the chat. And at the same time, I will also give you the chance so that you can ask question one on one to me during the master class. So no need to worry. You'll get a chance to speak. You'll get a chance to ask question, but you have to wait for certain time so that I can finish some topic, and then you can have a Q&A session with me and also Sankadas. Okay. So let's start the masterclass. So first of all, let me introduce myself. Hello everyone. I am Abhishek Agarwal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. I have done my graduation from NIT Raipur in 2016, and after that I have worked 1 year, 2 year in data science and data analysis domain. And since then I switched my profile completely into Azure data engineering domain. I delivered 15 to 20 projects, a data migration project into Azure domain, and I started this teaching journey in COVID timing, right? And during that time, started taking students. I started guiding them. I started helping them, right? So I started with my college students, college friends. I guided them, and then they got a job. Soon they recommended other friends as well. So then people started getting a job, and then I am teaching from past 2 to 3 years into this Azure background, right? And I started providing training. We launched Education Ellipse as well, where I onboarded fellow tutors, I onboarded fellow colleagues who can provide training with me. So similarly, Sankhad is also have extensive experience into Azure background, right? He also takes care of training with me, and then he will be also assisting us, right? So this is a brief background about me and Sankhadas, right? You can also check out the LinkedIn profile, right? So you can go over here, you can check out the LinkedIn profile, you can understand what kind of a project I have done. So you can open the LinkedIn profile, you can go through the LinkedIn profile, you can check out that, hey, Abhishek, I just told you my experience. So once you open the LinkedIn profile, you will see that, hey, like I have done my graduation from NIT Raipur, and I have worked like 2 year in data science and data analysis domain, and after that I worked completely went to Azure domain, and currently I'm working in Aldi Sud as Azure data engineer, and here like I am basically handling the like a migration from Hadoop cluster to Spark cluster, right? So I started this teaching journey when I was in Smith detection during the COVID timing, right? And then after the COVID got over, I basically wanted to move abroad. So I applied in like Dubai, few of the European country, and I got a job directly from India. And I switched my profile to India, right? So this is pretty much about me. After some time, Sankadas will also introduce himself and give a background about him, right? So now the people who joined today joined from one basic agenda, right? So the people who joined today, like the 35 to 80 people who joined today, joined from one basic agenda that all of you has a certain profile, right? Some of you have like 3 years of Power BI domain experience. Some of you are like 3 year of like non-tech background, right? Some of you are 10 years of SAP my data migration consultant, right? Some of you can be like suppose SSIS developer having like 2 years of experience, right? So there are different people who came in today's masterclass, and these are the common profiles, right? But I really suggest each one of you to type your profile in the chat so that I know about you. What are the general audience, right? So what is the today's agenda of today's masterclass is to understand as per your profile, how you can switch to Azure domain, right? And how you can learn Azure data engineering. That is the common agenda of today's masterclass. So if you are attending this masterclass, please make sure that you are very, very clear about the roadmap of how you can switch to Azure data engineering domain, no matter from which background you are, right? And as Chandana has recommended, and as Chandana has highlighted in the starting of the master classes, we provide personalized learning. What does it mean? We don't provide like one training for everyone. We provide a different training for different profiles. So in the today's masterclass, you'll understand that as per your profile, which particular course curriculum or which particular tech stack you should follow. And if you're here for some sort of a course, you can enroll. And if you're not here for some sort of a course, you can at least understand what is the tech stack you should follow and how you can learn and how you can switch. That should be very, very clear for you. Okay. All right. So the people who joined today, right? So join from one basic, like these are the general question which people have, right? Whenever they join a master class, these are the general question which people have. Sometimes people are confused about, hey, Abhishek, what is cloud? I don't know. Please tell me about it. Then sometimes people are, Abhishek, why I should learn Azure? Why not AWS? Why not like GCP? Why not other cloud, right? So I will talk about it. Then if you have a question about, hey, Abhishek, like what is this Azure future, or what is do Azure data engineering has an opening or not? What kind of opening Azure has, right? So we'll talk about it. Then if you have a question about, hey, Abhishek, what is this data engineering? I don't know about it, right? So can you tell me about it? I will talk about it so that you understand what is data engineering. Sometimes people consider that DevOps, ML, building reports in Power BI, or like God knows, all everything is data engineering. So it should be very, very clear for you what is data engineering, because if you go to a job profile right now, like if I go to Naukri.com right now, right, and then if I try to search Azure data engineering, you'll be very confused, right? So suppose if I go to Azure data engineering, sometimes they have written Databricks, Azure, Power BI, Synapse, PySpark, and then all these profiles are okay, but you will see some weird skill set here and there, right? So you'll see this. Let me show you some examples so that you can get it what I'm talking about. See over here, he has written AWS as well in between, right? Now, guys, whosoever is touching my screen, please don't touch it. Please don't draw something in the screen. Please don't draw anything in the screen, please, guys. Okay, so like sometimes here you can see Delta is written, API integration, Hive is written, but sometimes you'll see that hey, data security is written, analytical Power BI you can see, and Power BI is written. So you will see some like here and there some profile that they ask Power BI, they ask like some DevOps or some skill sets. Sometimes they ask about ML integration. So those things are not data engineering. So we will understand what is data engineering. We should understand before learning anything. It's very, very important to understand what is data engineering itself, right? So we'll talk about it. We will talk what I do on day-to-day basis, what I work upon day-to-day basis. We'll talk about it. Then suppose if you have a career gap, how you can switch. If you're a fresher, how you can switch. If you have 5 to 10 years of experience, how you can switch. Then if you are eligible for the course or not, right? If you are from Power BI background, if you are from SSIS background, if you are from Informatica background, how you can switch, right? Coding is required or not, how much coding is required, SQL is required or not, Python is required or not, we'll talk about it. Then we'll talk about like how we will do live project, how we will practice in Azure, what are the 5 architecture diagrams, right, you should work upon, or how you can work upon this different architecture diagram, we will talk about it. We will also talk about how you can approach the interview, how you can handle the scenario based question, interview question, we'll talk about it, okay? So we will cover each and every topic. So please be attentive, ask the question in the chat, and I will be regularly checking the chat. And if my voice is not clear, if my screen is not visible, you can also type in the chat so that I can address those points, right? Uh, like let me go through the some question which is written here. Azure support, having 4 years of experience, Power BI 9 years of experience, uh, 7 years of experience, .NET developer, Oracle developer, right? All these profiles are here. So we will basically, I am a master's student. I have 6 months of interns in. I wanted to, can I also attend? Yes, so you can also attend. So I will tell you from your profile which course is best for you and how you can switch to Azure Data Engineering. I will try to make it very, very clear for you, all right? So you don't need to worry about it, okay? All right. So let's start with like the agenda of the today's masterclass, right? And then we'll go through it one by one. Okay, so we'll first understand introduction, website, LinkedIn profile, everything is completed. Now let's talk like in detail everything, right? So let's start with why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure? Let's talk about this first, okay? Why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure? Okay, so let's talk about it this first, right? So now why cloud, what is cloud, and why Azure? Like, hey, what is this cloud? I don't know, right? And then why Azure? Why not AWS? Why not GCP? Let's talk about this, okay? So why cloud? What is cloud? So I will try to give this, I will try to understand this with very, very simple example so that it's very clear for you, okay? And I will not talk in very technical or very technical jargon or like, though I can talk about it, but I will try to make things very, very simple for you so that like like everybody who is here, if no matter if they are from not technical background as well, they can understand what I'm trying to say, okay? What is cloud? So we will understand cloud with like um, with with two simple example. Okay, so first simple example is like when I was in college in 2012 or 2010, when I was in college, I used to use CDs, DVDs, pen drive, all of this to store my data. Now I use Google Drive to store my data, right? Like I use like this Google Drive to like just try to store the data over here. I don't use this pen drive and all of that. So here you can see I'm purchasing this, and if I want some storage, I can just like go to 2 TB storage, more TB of storage that I can do, right? So why I'm using Google Drive? Because there is a reason of it, right? It's like why I'm using Google Drive? I'm using Google Drive because first of all, it's convenient. I can share the data among my team members very easily. At the same time, it's basically I can upgrade my storage very easily. Suppose if I'm using pen drive, then I need to go to the market, purchase a new pen drive. If I want to share the data between pen drive, it's difficult to collaborate. And also at the same time, if my pen drive is lost, I will lose all of my data. That is why I'm using Google Drive so that I can share the link, I can upgrade it, easy to maintain, easy to collaborate. That is why every individual is moving to the cloud. So nowadays, if I ask all the people who are here, 40 to 45 people who are here, like each one of you are like backing up their WhatsApp data in a drive location or like using Google Drive locations. If you're going to a marriage, nowadays people don't share pen drive, they share a link and you can access the marriage photos very easily, right? So now like everybody is using a cloud and every individual is moving to the cloud. That is why every company is moving to the cloud, right? And that is why it's important to learn cloud. So now that is why it's important to learn cloud. But what is cloud, right? What is cloud? Let's try to understand this with another example. So what is cloud is like suppose when I was in college, I used to go to a internet cafe, like a cyber cafe, and I used to pay them like 20 rupees an hour, and I used to use their computer, right? Why I was doing that? Because like I don't want to purchase my own computer because I was in studying in Kota and preparing for AI triple E examination. So at during that time I very less use computer, right? I just is use my study textbook and all, right? So uh, so I was not using computer. That is why I was not like storing the data in the that is why I was not like I don't need computer, right? Nowadays during that point I was going to the cyber cafe. So if you think about it, cloud is nothing but beside that. You are nowadays using remote servers hosted on a computer. You are just paying those computer whenever you want to use it. So the practice of using a network of remote server, you are using a remote server which is hosted on internet. You're not using your computer, you are using someone else's computer, you're paying for it. And here, the internet cafes guys or cyber cafe guys are Amazon, Microsoft, GCP. So you can understand this with very, very simple example that they are providing you a computer which you can use in the cloud and you need to pay for it as much as you use it, similar to the cyber cafe. So you need to pay to the cyber cafe guys as much as you use it and as much as you like use the software, right? So that is what the cloud is, which save us the money, which save us the cost, which says we don't need to maintain the hardware. So that is what the cloud is, right? Now I'm getting many requests that you guys want me to record the session, so I will tell you the recording is like the code the class is already recorded, right? And then if you want the today's recording, please type in the chat. And if you stay till end of the master class, right, we will share the recordings as well with you. We just want you be attentive in the master class, right? And if you want the today's recording, please type your number in the chat and we'll share the recording with you. Okay. All right. So now what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you are using someone else's computer, you're paying for it, right? As simple as that. And now why cloud? Because it's easy to maintain, easy to share. That is what the cloud, that is why the cloud is important. Okay. Now, why Azure, right? So let's talk about it. Why Azure? Why not AWS? Why not GCP? Let's talk about this. Okay. Okay. So why Azure? So now, like, as I told you that me and Sankha Das both are Azure tutor. It has been like 8 years we are working in Azure, right? So we are a bit biased here. All the cloud is good. AWS and GCP is also good. But if you ask me, I will suggest you Azure because I feel that among my 8 years of career, whenever I worked in any company, I always using a Microsoft product, be it Outlook, be it Excel, be it Office, be it any sort of a VS Code or some sort of a Microsoft product, because Microsoft has a very good corporate penetration. So that is why I feel it's very easy for Microsoft to market Azure in general. At the same time, Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI and ChatGPT, which all of us are using nowadays. So that makes also Microsoft a very good competitor. That is why I feel Azure as an edge, right? And I have other points as well, like Azure has a very good security compliance, multi-cloud setup, flexible pricing, scalable data lake, right? So I have many points to prove that. But like, if you ask me, hey Abhishek, why you recommend Azure? I recommend Azure because Azure has a like every company uses a Microsoft product, and at the same time, like uh, Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI and ChatGPT. That is why I feel Azure has an edge. Okay. And then if you invest time in AWS, if you invest time in as a GCP as well, both all the clouds are good. It's not like I'm saying that they are bad, but I am belonging from Azure background. And if you see my career, I switched multiple job in India, and also I switched the job from India to Germany. Similarly, Sankhad has switched multiple job in India, right? So whenever you switch a job in any country, what is important is, are you able to get an interview call? So no matter if you want to, if I switch the job from 5 LP to 10 LP, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, I was getting interview calls, and then hence I given 4 5 interviews, I cracked the interview. So there is a good opportunity in Azure, no matter if you want to find a job in India or in US or in European places. All of my students belongs to all these places, and everybody get an interview call and they are able to switch. That is more important, right? If you're getting an interview call or not, right? And you can check the openings as well, right? So you can go to naukri.com, you can check the opening. You don't need to ask anyone, right? You just go to naukri.com, you try to search jobs, you try to type Azure data engineering or something, right? Over here. And then you search. And you can see, right? You can see the job openings in Bangalore, in Kolar, in Hyderabad location, in Delhi location, in Pune location, in different salary bracket like 5 to 3, 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 25, right? And then at the same time, you can see the salary bracket. At the same time, based upon the experience, you can see, right? Like 2 years of experience, how many openings are there? 3 years of experience, how many openings are there? Not only this, you can also type Databricks as your Databricks, and you can try finding a job, right? And then you can see like, hey, what are the job openings are there, that you can see, right? And then you can also type as your data factory, you can try to find job. So there are like good amount of job openings. So hence I feel that Azure has a very good potential, very good job openings. That is why it's feasible to switch. It's feasible to like upgrade your profile, right? So why cloud? Yeah, so everybody uses a cloud product nowadays, like easy to share, easy to maintain. What is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're using someone else's computer, you're paying for it. Why Azure? Because every company uses a Microsoft product. There is a good amount of opening. Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI and ChatGPT. That is why Azure, right? I think this first line is clear for everyone. Now let's try to talk about why and what of data engineering. Okay, why it's important to understand what is data engineering, because like many people wants to learn data engineering, but they are not clear what is data engineering, right? So it's very important that you should understand what is data engineering before learning about data engineering, so that you are not like learning what is not data engineering. Because currently the job market or job openings or job description are written in a way that they will write everything in the job description, right? So you are confused, hey, what I should learn or what is data engineering, because ML thing is also written here or Power BI thing is also written here, right? So I will try to really make sure that you understand what is data engineering. Okay, so let me open a simple slide to explain this, what is data engineering, so that it's clear for everyone. Okay, so what is data engineering? So now, like uh, I will try to give this a very simple example so that you understand what is data engineering. Okay. So like suppose I have a friend who is who belongs from like Bangalore, right? Who belongs from Bangalore, and he wants to open a like a retail store in Bangalore at different locations, right? So he wants to open a retail store in HSR. He wants to open a retail store in Balandur. He also wants to open a retail store in Sarjapur, right? So there are different locations where he wants to open a retail store. So what he did, he contacted his friends, right? And in some retail store, they are storing data in SharePoint. In some retail store, they are storing data in file server. In some retail store, they are SQL guys, they are storing data in SQL server, right? So at different location, they are storing data at different like places, right? Now after 2 to 3 years, my friend contacted me and said that, hey Abhishek, like I want to understand total sales, what is happening, right? I want to understand like profit margin. I want to understand product of the year. I want to understand the employee of the year. All of the KPI I want to understand. So I said that, hey, first of all, you need like all of the data should be there in the cloud storage because that is that is more like not cloud storage particularly, but all the data should be there in centralized location, like central location, so that you can find total sales. So all the data should be there in central location, and also it should be aggregated properly. It should be like transformed properly so that it's ready for analysis, right? So I told him that you first need to move the data to a particular location, a particular like a centralized location, and then you can build reports on top of it, right? So he told me like what can be done on this, right? So I told him that, hey, you need first of all an architect, a solution architect who can design an architecture diagram for you, who can suggest you that, hey, whether you should go for AWS, whether you should go with Azure, whether you should go with like like uh, like GCP, right? So let me try to give you a background so that it's very clear for you. Okay, so there is a solution architect who will create an architecture diagram of overall project, right? And then there will be the admin people who will deploy the resources, who will try to like deploy all these resources, right? And then the data engineer will be there. So the solution architect will create a solution architect, how this problem statement can be solved. If somebody wants to move the data from all this location to a centralized location, which can be cloud because of the cloud benefits, right? So how it can be solved? That solution architect will solve it, and then admin will deploy all those resources, right? That is what it will be done. And then some kind of architecture diagram will be created. Like uh, suppose this kind of architecture diagram will be created that, hey, this problem statement can be solved with this kind of a problem, this kind of architecture diagram, right? So problem architecture diagram will be created, and then the somebody will start building on it, right? So what is data engineering in general? Data engineering is nothing but in very very simple terms. One second, I think I am like, give me a moment. Okay, so what is data engineering? Data engineering thing, but somebody has to move the data from here to here, right, in the cloud storage. So extraction part. If somebody needs to move the data to a cloud storage, it needs a pipeline. It needs some sort of a framework to move the data. So extraction, that is what the extraction part is. And then somebody needs to transform the data so that it's ready for the analysis. Transformation part. And then the loading part. So what is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but extract, transform, and load. And what are the tools to be selected, how the infrastructure will happen, how the security will happen. All this will be taken care by the solution architect or admin person. Then all this analysis will be taken care by the Power BI developer, right? But the data engineer job is to move the data and make it ready for the analysis. So suppose if I show you over here, right? Suppose in very very simple terms, like suppose if you ask me, Abhishek, make it very simple, right? Suppose if I tell you that, hey, I have a folder here, right? I have a folder here, and then what I want to do, I want to like I want to move the data in this folder, which is a cloud storage, right? So suppose if I have one file, I can directly like upload the data, right? Simple. So what I can do, if I have one file, I can just upload the data like this, right? But if I have multiple files daily coming from different sources, I cannot do it manually. For this, you need a tool, right? So that is data extraction, moving the tool like from one place to another. That is the data extraction part, data extraction, moving the data to a cloud storage. And then once you have multiple data points here, once you have a multiple data points here, like suppose you have all these data points here, right? Then, like once you have all this data point, combining all the data, making it ready for the analysis. That is what the data engineering is, right? So what is data engineering? Data engineering is finding right data for data analyst and data scientist. So your job is to also find out right data, whether department CSV is needed or not. If somebody wants to understand total sales, do I need department, right? So that kind of a decision will be taken care by you. Develop a extract, transform and load pipeline, building data marts, monitoring data pipeline, making sure that data quality is good, making sure that code quality is good, making sure that your pipelines are functioning fine, making sure that performance of the pipeline is good, right? Implement the data governance policies, right? Ensure the data lineage, right? Documenting everything, right? All these are data engineering. Data engineer job is to make sure that load the data, make it ready for the analysis, and make sure that data quality is good. That is what the data engineering job is, right? What is not data engineering? Data engineering is job is to not work on ML models, reports. Data engineer job is to also not work on CI/CD pipeline. Data engineer job is to also not work on like front end application, writing codes, managing infrastructure and security. All of that is not data engineering. So if you want to learn data engineering, really start with data extraction and data transformation, right? Extract, transform, and load. Data movement and data transformation. So what is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but extract, transform, and load, or extract, load, and transform data movement and data transformation. That is what the data engineering is. Okay. Beside that, nothing is data engineering. Networking, security, Power BI, ML model, reports, all of that is not data engineering. So if you want to learn data engineering, start with data extraction and data transformation rather than starting with anything else. Okay. And that is what we will try to also focus. Okay. So now what all things we have understood till now, right? So we basically understood that, hey, why cloud, what is cloud, why Azure, and then why and what of data engineering, that we understood now, right? Okay, so we understood why cloud, easy to collaborate, easy to maintain. What is cloud? You are not using your computer, you are using someone else's computer, you're paying for it. Why Azure, Chat GPT, every company uses a Microsoft product. What is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but data movement and data transformation. That is what the data engineering is, right? Now, the people who wants to switch to data engineering, right? The people who are here, and I think all of you, if you want to switch to data engineering, you need to really learn data movement and data transformation to complete your profile. Okay. Now, like, let's try to understand based upon your profile, what are the tools you can learn and how you can switch. Let's try to understand this, right? So now, like for data movement, what are the tools you can learn in data engineering, right? So you can learn data factory, you can learn synapse for data movement. Okay. For data transformation, you can learn Databricks, you can learn SQL stored procedure, you can learn data flows for data transformation. Okay. So, and then you can learn Fabric as well. So Fabric is not updated, which is also recently introduced by Microsoft, right? So for data movement, these are the tools important. For data transformation, these are the tools important, right? So if you want to switch to data engineering, you need to learn data factory, Synapse Analytics, Databricks, SQL, stored procedure, data flows, right? These are the tools which are the important enough to learn, right? So I've written all the tools here: data factory, data lake, DBs, Databricks, DevOps, Synapse Analytics, right? So these are the tools along with Fabric you need to learn, right? These are the important tools you should focus on, right? Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB, Data Lake, DevOps, right? Synapse Analytics, okay? These are the important tools you should focus upon, okay? All right. Now, let me check the chat. Somebody raised a hand. Madhu, can you write your question? I will try to answer in the question in the chat itself. Please write the question in the chat. Web-based access limited types activity, right? ADF, AD. What level of access we have for how depth you are teaching Databricks in ADF and data lake in ADS in. So how depth I am teaching? So I am teaching in depth. I am basically teaching ADF and Databricks in depth. Like I am teaching whatever I have done, right? So among in my 8 years of careers, I am like I will be teaching in-depth data factory and in-depth Databricks, in-depth Spark optimization. I will also give you the course outline, right? So you don't need to worry about it. Please stay connected. All the questions will be answered. Okay, what topics, what architecture, everything will be covered. Okay, one by one. All right. So now, what are the tools important? Data Factory, Data Lake, SQL DB, Databricks, DevOps, Synapse Analytics. All these tools are important, right? Along with Fabric. But like you, suppose you, if you again ask me, Abhishek, these are many tools, right? Which one to focus upon? So you need to really focus upon Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB. These are the three tools you should focus upon. Data Factory, Databricks, SQL DB. Because Data Factory is a data movement tool, and Synapse, if you know how to build a pipeline in Data Factory, you can build a pipeline in Synapse as well. You can build a pipeline in Fabric as well, right? If you know how to write the code in Databricks, you can write the code in Synapse, you can write the code in Fabric as well. If you know how to write a SQL code here, you can write the SQL code here as well. So you need to really focus upon Data Factory, Databricks, and SQL DB, right? So the people who wants to learn Azure data engineering, forget about everything else. Just try to focus upon Data Factory, Databricks, and SQL DB. That's all, right? SQL DB means write SQL queries, right? Data Factory, Databricks, and SQL DB. Okay. So now let's try to summarize this again so that it's clear for everyone. So what is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but data movement and data transformation, right? And then for data movement, you have to really focus upon Data Factory, and you can easily work upon Synapse and Fabric, right? Similarly, for data transformation, it's important that you focus upon like SQL and also Databricks, right? Now, now let's try to understand what is Data Factory. What is data movement? You mean data extraction? Yes, yeah, I mean data extraction, data movement. Okay. What is data movement? Data movement is nothing but if you want to migrate your data from one point to another. So similarly, here you can see I moved the data right from the my computer over here in the cloud. So that is data movement. Okay. So in this slide as well, if you want to move the data from this source to this location, you are moving the data. That is data extraction. Okay. Now let's try to understand. Suppose somebody will say, Abhishek, you have written Data Factory, you have written like SQL DB database. Let me show, like, how can you show how these tools look? So let me show you how this tool looks, right? So this is how the Data Factory looks, right? Uh, Power BI won't be covered in the course because we are not like, as I told you, Power BI is not data engineering, right? So Power BI is not covered in the course. Guys, my request is like, can I teach you Power BI? Yes, I can teach you Power BI. Is it important for you to learn Power BI? No. Why it's not important? Because it's not data engineering. If you focus on many tools, you cannot learn anything. So really focus upon what are the tools you can learn. Tutor can teach you everything, but can you learn everything? That's the question, right? Because learning is a hard process and everything needs time. So you need to really focus upon learning important things rather than learning about many things. But if you want to learn Power BI, we have a Power BI course as well, which you can go through and learn Power BI as well. But we don't suggest you to learn Power BI if you want to focus upon data engineering. Okay. All right. So this is how the data factory looks, right? Now, if you see here, like if I want to move the data from point A to point B, I can use data factory and I can select my source. Suppose I can select my source as a SharePoint location, right? And then I can create my link service. Like I can select like from the SharePoint, I want to move the data to a SQL DB, right? So I can select the source, I can select the sink, and I can accordingly move the data. It's very simple process which I'm showing you right now, but the pipeline will be much more complex, right? But here in data factory, one thing which is very, very important is if somebody doesn't know coding, right? Suppose somebody says that Abhishek, I don't know SQL, I don't know Python, I don't know how to code. I am from marketing background, I am from sales background. I don't know any coding and I want to learn data engineering. So for you guys, you need to really, really work upon data factory. Okay. Because in data factory, you don't need to write any code and still you can switch to data engineering by learning data factory, right? So if you don't know any coding, start with data factory because data factory is a no code machine. Okay. All right. Now, if you know SQL or if you know Python, you can start working about SQL DB or Databricks. So here you try to write logics for data transformation. In SQL database, you write the logic for like data transformation in SQL DB, right? I don't have a SQL database right now running, which I would have shown you, but this is normal SQL DB where you write your SQL code to do the data transformation, right? But whenever you're writing the like code in SQL, it always and always run on a single machine, right? Single machine framework. It always runs on the single machine framework. Okay. Give me a moment. 1 second, guys. I'm joining back. Give me a moment. All right. So data factory is a no code machine. So if you don't know any coding, you should need to really start with data factory, right? But now suppose if you know coding, right? If you know coding, then you can either you transform data in the SQL DB or you can transform the data in multiple nodes, like in Databricks as well, you can transform data. Now, let me try to give you a background, right? Why this SQL and Databricks is important. So suppose like see in SQL, only one machine processing happens, right? Suppose if you have a machine, if you have a VM, in SQL, only one processing happens. But in Databricks, like multiple machine processing happens, right? So different machine try to like process your data and then all the processing is being combined, right? That is what happens in Databricks, okay? So Databricks is multiple machine processing, right? Different machine work together to process your data. So that is why Databricks is recommended for big data processing. So suppose if you have big amount of data, it requires multiple machine processing. That is what is being done by using Databricks, okay? So now, like if I try to like make things much more simple for you. So suppose over here you can see like if you have a problem statement, if you submit your problem statement in Databricks, it will divide your problem statement to multiple nodes, right? And then all the nodes will do the processing and then combine the task, which is faster. So when you're dealing with big amount of data, so suppose somebody will ask Abhishek, if we have SQL processing, why do we need Databricks? We need Databricks because when you have big amount of data, you cannot process data in the single machine, so you need distributed computing. That is what you can do in Databricks. Okay, so Databricks helps you to process your data in distributed computing. That is what happens in Databricks. Okay, so suppose if I show you how does Databricks looks, so this is how Databricks looks. Okay. Okay, so this is how Databricks look. Over here you can see, right, here you have multiple machines. So yeah, here you have like, hey, you can select like, here you can select like 2 to 10 workers, and then your processing you can do, right? So it's a multiple machine processing. It is a distributed machine processing. So you can do like multiple machine processing here. Okay. Here you can see like you have 2 to 10 processing, right? 2 to 10 machine. So here in Databricks, you can do multiple computing framework, right? So whenever you have a big amount of data, you need multiple machine processing rather than the single machine processing. That is what happens in Databricks. And Databricks is built on Spark, right? What is Spark? Let's see that. What is Spark? So Spark is open source unified engine for large scale data processing. Spark is open source and it's a unified engine for large scale data processing. It basically helps us to process the big amount of data in distributed computing framework, right? So what is Spark? Spark is nothing but a distributed computing framework, right? And Spark can be written in multiple platforms. Spark can be written in Databricks. It can be written in in like in AWS Glue as well. In ADF data flows as well. Spark can be written. Spark can be written in so let me write down where Spark can be written. So Spark is open source. Spark, this is done by Spark, right? This is done by Spark. So now somebody can say, Abhishek, Spark can be written where all Spark can be written. Spark can be written in Databricks. Spark can be also written in AWS Glue. Spark also can be written in Synapse. Spark also can be written in Fabric, right? Spark also can be written in Snowflake, right? So now you can ask Abhishek, like, if Spark can be written everywhere, why we are learning in Databricks, right? We are learning Spark in Databricks because Databricks is created by creators of Apache Spark, right? So suppose if you go to Databricks, so here if you open Databricks, Databricks is founded and created by creators of Apache Spark. So it's a very pioneer, like it is the first platform made by Apache Spark creator, and it is much more mature tool when you want to use a Spark framework, right? So it's a much more mature tool. That is why you have like Azure Databricks, Azure Databricks. You also have like AWS Databricks, right? You also have like GCP Databricks, and every cloud provider also included this, right? So that is why Databricks is like important. But if you learn Spark, you can also use the same knowledge in AWS Glue. You can use the same knowledge in Synapse. You can also use the same knowledge in Fabric. You can also use the same knowledge in Snowflake, right? So now, now let's come back, okay, over here. What is data movement? Data movement is like, what is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but data movement and data transformation. In data movement, what is important, right? Data factory is important. And once you learn data factory, you can easily do the coding in Synapse and Fabric. And here, no coding is required. So if you don't know any coding, you can start with data factory. Now, for data transformation, either you can learn in SQL or in Databricks, right? But in SQL, it's a single machine processing. Spark is multiple machine processing. But if you learn Spark, you can use the same knowledge in Fabric, Synapse, and AWS Glue everywhere else as well. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, uh, now if I summarize everything, why cloud? Easy to collaborate, easy to maintain. What is cloud? Yeah, you are not using your computer, you are using someone else's computer, you're paying for it. Why Azure? Like it has a chat GPT integration. Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI and chat GPT. Every company uses a Microsoft product. What is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but data movement, data transformation, right? For data movement, like you need to really focus upon data factory, right? And then there's a no coding required for data factory, right? So if you don't know any coding, you start with data factory. If you know coding, you can start with Databricks, right, as well. So here you need like SQL and Databricks. For data transformation, you need let me reiterate. I think I'm just like let me start from here. What is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but data movement and data transformation. For data movement, like what is most important tool? Data factory. Here you don't need any coding. So if you don't know any coding, we'll start with data factory. Right? And now for data transformation, you need to really focus on SQL and Databricks, right? So if you know coding, you can start with Databricks. You can also start with SQL. Okay. All right. Now, like this is a summary about everything, right? Okay. Now, like suppose somebody will say that, hey Abhishek, now how I can learn or how I can switch based upon my profile. So now I will try to help you to understand that, hey, based upon your profile, how you can switch and how you can learn data engineering. Let me talk about that now. Okay. So now suppose like you are a fresher, right? Or if you have 2 to 3 years of experience, how you can, and you don't know SQL, you don't know Python, right? Or you don't know both, right? How you can learn? So in that case, you can start learning with Data Factory, right? And you can take like our Azure Data Engineering course. If you're looking for a course, then you can take our Azure Data Engineering course. And if you're not looking any course, you can learn like Data Factory from YouTube or whatever. And then you can also switch, right? But we have a Azure Data Engineering course which you can go through and you can also learn, right? Like what is better than like taking a proper course, because you don't need to do much R&D and research what to learn and what not to learn, right? So you can take a direct course and you can also learn if you want to save time, right? You can follow a dedicated path, you can follow a dedicated curriculum and you can learn, right? So now let me show you the like our dedicated path which we recommend. Okay, so this is our dedicated path and dedicated course curriculum which we recommend. Okay. Now in Azure Data Engineering course curriculum, right, what we provide, we will help you to learn about Azure Active Directory subscription resource group, what is blob storage, data lake storage, what is link service integration runtime, what are the different activities, what is advanced copy data activity, recursive wildcard, list of file, mapping user property, what is for each loop, what is pre-copy script, auto create table option, what is parameterization, what is lookup activities, what is delta load, full load, what is Git integration. Then we will like not go deep into Databricks because you need coding language, right? And this course is made for the people who don't know much of a coding. So we will touch upon Databricks from an interview perspective, not like very go in deep detail, right? Then you can learn about Key Vault. Then you can learn about if-else activity, webmack activity. Then you can learn about triggers, Synapse Analytics, data flow, right? And then you can do fact dimension modeling. You can learn about slowly changing dimension. So here we will start recommending you some SQL thing, and then you can start learning some basics of SQL, and then we will teach you about Fabric, right? So here we will do 3 projects, right? So the people who are want to see what are the architecture diagram we will be covering. So we will cover 3 architecture diagram. One is data factory architecture diagram, where you will understand how to migrate the data from the source to the blob storage, how to read write data in the Databricks, how to migrate to the Synapse pipeline, and then do the reporting. Okay. So this is similar to this architecture diagram. Move, transform, do the reporting, right? Move, transform, do the reporting. Okay. Then you will learn like a Databricks architecture diagram. So here you will read the data from different like CSV, JSON, XML file. You will read the data. You will transform it. You will write the data to Azure SQL Server. You will also write the data to the Delta table, and then you can build the dashboard, right? So this is a Databricks architecture which you will do with us. And then you will do a Synapse architecture with us, right? Similar to that, you will do a Synapse architecture as well. This is also similar to this architecture, but like more of a Synapse based architecture. Okay. Now somebody will say like, hey Abhishek, like this is the data architecture. Here we will cover like in detail about data factory in general along with Synapse Fabric, right? That is what we will cover. Okay. So this course we recommend for the people who are fresher or 2 to 3 years of experience, don't know SQL and Python both, right? Now, if you are a fresher or 2 to 3 years of experience, but you know SQL and Python, suppose if you know SQL and Python, then we recommend you Azure, Databricks, and Spark course, right? Because you can start learning Databricks, you can become a Databricks certified professional because Databricks is very high in demand nowadays, right? So suppose if I show you here, you can see AI and big data is like core skill in 2030, right? So it's a very high in demand skill set, okay? Big data processing, okay? So here you can learn Databricks. Here either you can learn from YouTube or whatever, but if you want to take a course, you can learn about Databricks. We'll learn about Spark architecture, basic to advanced. And this Spark knowledge is useful everywhere, right? This Spark knowledge is useful in Databricks, it is useful in Glue, Synapse, Fabric, everywhere you can use it. And Databricks, which will be teaching you, you can also work with AWS Databricks, GCP Databricks, right? You can also work with that as well, okay? But we will be working on Azure Databricks. But if you want to like focus on other cloud as well, that also is doable, right? It's very simple here and there differences there, which will guide you, okay? Now in Databricks course curriculum, what we will be covering, we will be like, let me show you what we will be covering. So you can also go through the website. You can open this. So in Databricks course curriculum, we will cover about Databricks Spark architecture, Databricks overview, understanding about Databricks Spark architecture, cluster administration, RDD data frame, Spark API, data source API, data frame API, conversion of PySpark to Pandas, common transformation technique in PySpark, transformation and actions, delta table, delta lake, types of views, managed table, unmanaged table, secret scope, right? Then we'll cover about JDBC connector, Databricks CLI, Spark UI, Unity catalog, delta lake medallion architecture, Spark optimization, UDF, catalyst optimizer, directed acyclic graph, complex JSON type, predicate push down, projection push down, repartition coalesce, sort merge join, broadcast join, right? Orchestration and scheduling, right? And then we will do two projects, right? This is the lakehouse architecture project. This is the traditional architecture project. So our architecture evolved like this, right? So let me show you how this architecture evolved. Our architecture evolved like this, right? So in 1980, we were using this architecture. In 2011, we are using this architecture. In 2022, we are using this architecture. So we will also tell you how the architecture evolved. So we'll do this architecture. We also do this architecture, like a lakehouse architecture, and also this architecture, right? We'll focus on Spark optimization for 1 month completely, and then Databricks for another like 15, 20 days. We'll focus on Databricks, okay? Now somebody will say, Abhishek, like I am 4 to 5 years of experience guy, right? In that case, we suggest you to do a combined course, right? Combined course meaning we suggest you to learn data factory and Databricks also in detailed manner, right? So we suggest you to do a combined course like this course, in which you will learn about like data factory in detail for 2 months, right? Data factory in detail for 2 months, and also you learn about like Spark in detail for another 2 months, right? So this is a combined course where you learn data engineering for 2 months and Databricks and Spark for 2 months, okay? So we recommend you this course in that case, right? So let me try to summarize everything so that everything is clear for you. So the Databricks and Spark course, right, is good for 3 years of experience. We learn about Databricks, Spark architecture, unique catalog, modular architecture. We'll do 3 projects. You can apply any job related to Databricks. You will learn about Spark architecture. That knowledge is applicable everywhere, right? You will get 3 years of experience. You'll get basic knowledge about SQL and Python. You can expect up to 15 to 20 LPA, right? This course will start from 8th Jan 8:30 a.m. IST will be the timing, right? Then we have a Azure Data Engineering course curriculum, right? 3 years of experience you'll get ADF, Databricks, Synapse, Fabric, warehousing you will get, right? You'll get like 3 projects. You learn about data migration, full load, delta load. You'll do one project on data factory, one project on Databricks, one project on Synapse Analytics. You'll get 3 years of experience. You learn from scratch. You'll get 50, you can crack up to 15 to 20 LPA. This course will start from 28th of January, but for now you can get the recording once you register. You'll get a recording so that you can prior start your learning, right? Then we have a combined course where you learn about everything, right? So this is a combination of both of the courses where you learn about everything, right? So this is the summary about everything, right? So let me stop for a couple of minutes and then you can ask question. Before that, I will just try to summarize so that everything is clear for you. Why cloud? Easy to collaborate, easy to maintain. What is cloud? You're not using your computer, you're using someone else's computer. Why Azure? Because like every company uses a Microsoft product. It has a chat GPT integration. What is data engineering? Data movement and data transformation. You can learn about data factory in data movement. For data transformation, you need to focus on Databricks and SQL, right? Then I recommended a course as per your profile. These are the courses which you can go through. Now, like I will give you the chance so that you can unmute yourself and ask question before we continue. Okay.
Uh, Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah.
So actually, few months back, like I enrolled ADF and ADB with the free subscription using credit card. So in that time, I have only limited kind of activities, and in the Databricks also limited kind of like features. Like I try to access. So if I enroll your course, like is same thing applicable, or can we explore a project level of activities and future in both ADF and ADB?
Sorry, I haven't understood your question properly. Can you again give me the brief?
In
Like,
ADF, generally we can enroll a free subscription, right, using credit card.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, for that one, actually they provided only limited kind of activities and future. So in same like ADB also we have a free subscription. So they provided like a community edition. So they provided a limited kind of future. So is same thing applicable in your course,
So
or
yeah,
do
so
we have? Yeah.
let me try to give you a brief. So in Data Factory, you can practice with free subscription. There is no limitation. All the features are applicable. Okay, so there is no like limitation for that. So Data Factory is not a problem, right? So here the Data Factory you can easily practice for free. Okay, there is no limitation in feature and anything, right, over here. Now, when you're practicing in Databricks, right, you can create like this 14 days trial. This you can create, and you will practice a 14 days, and after that, I will tell you the alternative. So you won't be limited with the 14 days trial. You can easily manage with the free subscription, right? But after 1 month or 2 months, if you need to upgrade your account, then you need to just pay like 500 to 1000 rupees a month, not more than that to practice. So for 1 month, it will be free. And after that, you can either use another credit card to create your account, or you can upgrade your account to pay as you go. It will cost you not more than 1000 rupees a month. Okay. So over here, if you see, I'm using this particular subscription and I'm using a pay as you go subscription. Okay. And here you can see my costing is not too much because like I know some uh, things to save the cost, which I will guide you during the course. Okay. So if you see my billing as well, some month it is higher but not like huge. So suppose it is $14, but here it's bit more because I have done some mock POC, but generally it comes around 1000, sometimes it's zero, right? So I will tell you this methods to save money once you upgrade to pay as you go. But if you don't want to upgrade to pay as you go, you can keep in the free subscription, and you can like, so just to summarize, 1 month it's free. After that, you can create another account, use it for free. And if you don't want to do that, you can upgrade your account to pay as you go. And I will tell you the method to save the money. Okay. Is it clear for you?
Yeah, it's clear. So in total amount, it's showing $48
It's 1 month.
in
And
your
here I have done like, here I have done some mock POC.
POC.
For that, it's a bit more.
ADF, we have a lifetime access, right?
Sorry.
ADF, we have lifetime access, right? Without a credit card.
ADF, yeah. So ADF, we don't have a lifetime access. It's for 1 month only. but it's not too much costly. Like ADF is very less cost. Suppose if you see cost analysis as well, ADF is generally very less costly, so it will not cost you much money. The Databricks is only the costly operation, but I will tell you like how you can save money there.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Abhishek.
Okay. Anybody has any question, guys? Well, we can ping me here if you have some question.
Abhishek, Madhu here.
Yeah.
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Are you able to teach this fabric as well as part of this?
Yeah, I'm
It's not
teaching
advanced,
Fabric.
right? It's
I'm
not
teaching
advanced.
Fabric. Yeah, so Fabric is not advanced, and I don't suggest you to learn in advance as well. Why? Because like Fabric is not used in the production environment right now. So if you see job roles as well, like if you go
Mhm.
to Azure data engineering job roles, you will not see Fabric anywhere. Like you can just do some research. So see over here, like they are not using Fabric. They are also not saying Fabric. They are also not saying Fabric. They are also not saying Fabric. And like among 100 jobs, you will see one job there, or like probably five job in which they are using Fabric. So Fabric is not being used in the production environment right now. They are forcefully like trying to sell Fabric, but it's not being used in the production environment right now too much. So we don't suggest you to learn Fabric, though we have a Fabric course as well, like detailed Fabric course which is started a few days back, but we stopped that course because there's very less market pull or potential in this. Like we have this Fabric course, but we stopped this course.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so we don't recommend you to learn Fabric like in detail. You can learn some basics of Fabric, that would be enough for you.
So that at the advanced one, you will be teaching the Databricks and ADF, right?
Yes, advanced I will teach Factory and ADF. Sorry, Databricks and Data Factory.
Okay, thank you. What about the fee will be the fee
I will come
structure?
to the fees after some time. I will come to the fees. All right, guys. So anybody has any question regarding like if you have any question, hey Abhishek, as per my profile, still it's not clear for me which course to go for. You can try to clarify that. And if you are not very clear that hey Abhishek, like I don't know what is data engineering, whatever you're talking about, it's not making sense to me, or like any technical doubt related to like based upon your profile, you are not able to understand what to learn, what not to learn, you can ask me. Okay. And then if you're looking for a course, we can like talk about it. But if you're not looking for a course, right? Just suppose in very, very simple terms, if you don't know coding, learn Data Factory. If you know coding, learn Databricks, right? If you know coding and if you're an experienced guy, learn both. Because if you're experienced, your expectation is more, so you should learn both. Data Factory, Databricks, both. Okay. You don't need to focus upon Synapse, you don't need to focus upon Fabric, you don't need to focus upon like any other tool too much. Basics are enough, because like in Naukri as well, it's same thing is reflected, right? You like just go through it, right? So Data Factory, Databricks, Data Factory, Databricks. Here Fabric is written, but like if you learn little bit of Fabric, it's okay, right? So here what we are targeting to prepare, we are out of 100 jobs, we are trying to prepare for 80 job, 90 job. And in some of the job, they are asking you too much Fabric. They are asking you too much like like DevOps or whatever. We are not caring about that because we cannot prepare for all the job role. We are preparing for most of the job roles right now. Okay. We can prepare for all the jobs, but it will take time, right? So why you just want to like learn for an year and switch, right? So you rather than learn quickly and switch. Yes, somebody has any question, guys, please go ahead and tell me. Prativa?
Yeah,
Hey,
Abhishek.
hi, Abhishek.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, please tell me.
I guess somebody else is also speaking.
Yeah, you go ahead and then probably
Yeah.
somebody can ask.
So, Abhishek, my question will be regarding the Azure data engineering profile. So, can you guide me? I mean, it's personal to my profile. So, I am having 5 years of experience. So, I have been working in both AWS and Azure, but currently I'm working for Azure cloud. So can you help me understand like which companies I can crack it for the no for product based companies, especially for the Azure data engineering background? Because I face when we apply for the jobs, it becomes specific very much, that like whether it's a AWS data engineer coming from AWS background or coming from Azure background. So can you help me understand which companies I can crack for specifically for Azure data engineering?
You want to understand like which company uses like Azure product, which is a
Yeah, yeah,
product-based company.
yeah, correct.
Uh, like I can tell you few of the companies which I know. Like I need to check, right? So I cannot like directly tell you, but few of the companies which I worked with, like this is the product-based company. They uses a Azure product. Similarly, this company is also a product-based company. They also use Azure in architecture, but like we can check it together. But these are the two, three companies in which I have worked. They uses Azure architecture, but we need to do some research which are the product-based company uses our Azure architecture, and then you can apply to those product-based company. But these are the two company which I have worked with personally, so I know about them.
Okay, Abhishek. Other one is how to handle the profiles when they are seeking for, specific for AWS and specific for Azure. So that is the biggest, I think, issue I'm facing.
Um, so your question is like can you elaborate your problem again?
Problem is like I worked on both the AWS and Azure cloud. So sometime the job profile only talks about AWS components. So how to handle those stuff? I mean, it becomes a bit difficult because we cannot use all the resources of AWS or all the resources of Azure. So how to handle that
So like
situation?
suppose you can prepare, there are two ways you can handle it. One way is you can prepare two resume. One is Azure centric and one is AWS centric. Another is when you're giving an interview, you can talk like suppose if you're giving a Azure interview and if your resume is AWS centric, you can tell that hey, I am using AWS Glue, which is similar to Azure Data Factory. And here I am using this activity to migrate data, but similar to that, we have like copy data activity in Data Factory to migrate data. So you relate while you're giving an interview, which give confidence to an interviewer that you have done the project in AWS, but you have understanding about Azure, so you can replicate your project over there as well. So you can either prepare two resume or when you're talking, you also tell a similarity while giving the interview.
Okay, Abhishek. Yeah, I think it sounds good for me. Like I will try for doing this.
Yeah, so sometimes we just like give Azure interview. So in that case, you can tell that, hey, I'm like, I have recently done a AWS Glue project, which is similar to Data Factory. And then there I have done data migration project or I have made connection with on-premise server using this and that. But I know in Data Factory, we have this SSIS integration runtime to migrate data. So you talk accordingly or you write project itself in Azure term, which is making a different resume altogether. Okay.
Okay, Abhishek.
All right. Anybody has another question, guys?
Hey Abhishek, hi.
Yeah.
I've worked with SSIS in the past, and there it required to code in C sharp or with .NET. What I understood by Azure Data Factory is it is SSIS and SSIS on cloud, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As you mentioned that it is a drag and drop tool. Like SSIS, will we need to also code with C sharp or .NET
No, no. No,
in
it's a
Azure
no
Data
code
Factory?
machine. No, no, you don't need to do that.
Okay,
You don't need
okay.
to do that. No.
How do we work with the custom transformations in Azure Data Factory? Like, for example, I work with the tool called as Nime and Talent. I need to use the Java for custom transformations. So, how do we do it in Azure
I-
Data Factory then?
In Azure Data Factory, you have like data flows, Azure like data flows, which works on Spark. So you do drag and drop.
Okay.
You drag and drop things, then you basically do the transformation over here. Like suppose here you want to do some transformation. So you join operation, conditional split, union, lookup, everything you can do. by using like data flow activity, and in the backend, it it works using a Spark.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Okay. Anybody has any question, guys? I will take one last question and then we'll move ahead. Anybody has any question, guys?
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Durai. So I do have around 15.9 years.
Hmm.
So now I'm looking for this experience. Most of the calls are coming for senior data engineer or data architect positions.
Hmm.
So such kind of position, just I would like to get some kind of basics as well as some kind of real-time project exposure along with the DevOps and Databricks.
Hmm.
This and if you are giving some kind of inputs for as a data architect related roles, also these kind of inputs I'm looking for.
Hmm. So,
And
are you looking for data engineering first of all, or like
yeah,
you're
data
done?
engineering only, data engineering or data architect. So that's because of this much experience. So a lot of times, so they are expecting a lot of things.
Yeah.
This is what
So,
recently I faced while interview also. Yeah, please.
so I suggest you to like don't like there are two ways through which you can approach. First
Okay.
is either you try to like learn everything at once because you need to learn like good amount of stuff in cloud. For example, you need to learn
Yes.
like DevOps, admin, and then data engineering to make your architect profile completed. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then you need to like you need at least 6, 7 months to learn this, right?
Okay. Okay.
So, so my suggestion to you is take like step by step, go step by step, and then
Mm-hmm.
celebrate your achievements. So suppose
Okay.
like sometime what happens is people come that hey Abhishek, let's I want to learn like everything, and
Okay.
then they try to club everything and then enroll for the course. But in
Okay.
that way, sometimes the commitment of 7, 8 months continuous learning is difficult based upon your 15 years of experience, and then you have some family responsibility, job responsibility. So they
Yes.
drop off in between. Okay.
Okay.
So my suggestion to you is you try to take baby steps. Baby steps as in you try to learn data engineering first, and then after
Mm-hmm.
that, I will recommend you how you can learn like DevOps or architect course also we will launch in coming days. So you can
Okay.
also enroll for that after that. But first try to finish this off with finish
Okay.
this off as in not by like actually learning by doing
Okay.
stuff. And once you learn
Mm.
that, then you take a
Okay.
second step after that. But don't try to like learn everything at once. You can you
Mm-hmm.
can learn everything at once. It might be possible, but you need some commitment, a long commitment, which is
Okay.
difficult to give. So try to like take baby steps. That will help you. Okay.
Sure, sure, Abhishek. And one more thing, I recently attended one interview.
Hmm.
So it's kind of a lift and shift for
Hmm.
a existing e-commerce project.
Hmm.
So that's some kind of enhancements, and then it's almost in the final stage. If there is a chance of closing that,
Hmm.
so in that case, will you guys support me once or twice, sometimes any kind of because it's a lead role again.
So,
So that kind of situation, I would like to discuss face to face. I mean, one to one, not face to face, one to one. So according to your availability, I would like to discuss about it.
we basically suppose if you want to support get some suggestion, 15 10 minutes suggestion after you enroll for the course, it's not a problem. We'll help you. But like
Okay.
suppose if you need dedicated kind of a support,
Mm-hmm.
that is also can be done. But if you prior inform us that hey, I need
Okay.
like 1 2 hours during this weekend timing, then it can be
Mm-hmm.
arranged and done. Yeah. But that is
Okay.
not a part of a course, but it's basically needs to be dealt separately, which we'll discuss about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, Abhishek. So
Yeah,
when I will do that, I mean, just
yeah, yeah,
shall I get these details from Chandana or how you
yeah,
like
yeah.
it?
You can get the detail from Chandana.
Sure, sure. Yeah. Thank you, Abhishek.
Yeah.
So when I can expect this Arctic course and the duration
So the
details?
architect course will launch in February or February end or something will launch.
Okay. The duration of the course is the same, like two
It
to
will be
four months.
around 2 months. Yes.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Multi-cloud kind of stuff because for I mean 10
Yes.
plus years
Yes. Yes.
guys.
Multi-cloud stuff. So we'll try to also talk about Azure is better, AWS is better, kind of stuff we'll do.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes they are looking for multi-cloud exposure and getting the data from different clouds, and then we're supposed to extract, and then we need to create the ETL
Yeah.
pipeline. So
Yeah.
such kind of requirements, I mean complex requirements are coming.
Yeah.
So such kind of those things I need some
Mm.
inputs on those subject. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just I'm looking for your I mean availability for
Yeah.
one-to-one discussion. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. So now let's talk about like suppose somebody will talk about let's talk about hey, how does like I will take some other question in the last, guys, and then I will try to like answer other question as well. Give me a moment. I will just finish this and then we'll talk about the questions. So now
And
this is
Abhishek,
about yeah,
Databricks here you are showing basic to mid-level, but
where
you said like it's going to be advanced level.
in Spark
Here?
here it's
No,
basic to
left side,
advanced.
left side. No, left side. Oh yeah, the
Here
second,
basic
yeah.
to mid. Yes, here is basic to mid because Azure Data Engineering course is made for the people who doesn't know coding. But now if you
Okay.
enroll for the combined course, I will
Mhm.
teach both of them, and here I will teach like both of this. So here it's basic to advanced, but in Azure Data Engineering, it's basic to mid level. Here it's basic to advanced.
Okay.
And if you enroll for
Oh, okay.
combined course, I will teach both of them. So it's basic to advanced only here as well.
What will be difference between these Azure Data Engineering and combined here? So you'll be adding the Spark Big Data here, right? Extra. That's it.
And combined course is nothing but combination of both of them.
Okay. I
So
mean,
2 months we will
because
learn about Azure Databricks and Spark, and 2 months
yeah.
we'll learn about this. So it's a 4 months course. Combined course is a 4 months course. This is 2 months course.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. So now let's try to like so sometimes people ask about, hey Abhishek, how the learning journey will look like. So I will try to like give a brief picture about it so that you know about how the learning journey will look like. So suppose if I go over here. And guys, I think Sanka Das was supposed to join, but he has facing some sort of like connection issue, so he's not joining, right? So he just informed me. Uh, all right. So now over here you can see that how the learning journey will look like. So class one, the homework, class two, homework, class three, homework. So class by class we'll do, and then we'll complete the classes, right? And then after certain class we'll do one project. So here you can see we are building project end to end, right? In like over here we are building end to end project in the class itself. And then after this class is done, we are again trying to learn things, we are trying to again build things, right? Then after certain classes are done, we are again like trying to like build another project over here end to end, right? Project implementation till Power BI that we are trying to do end to end. Okay. Now over here you can see that hey, after certain classes are done, we are again like trying to give you the scenario based question, technical challenges, feedback, and how to introduce yourself, how to explain a project. So once everything is done, we are giving you the scenario based question that hey, what a scenario based question can be asked right in the interview. So it's a structured learning where we are trying to first teach you, then we are giving you the scenario based question, then we are giving you the production issues, right? What are the production issues you can face, which you can use in answer in the interview, right? And then after all of this is done, we are telling you how to introduce yourself, how to explain a project, how to explain in Naukri.com, LinkedIn suggestion. Then we are giving you sample resume. Then we are giving you topic was interview question, company was interview question. So it's a structured learning on a structured direction. One by one, you will be learning things and you will be doing things, right? So it's a structured learning on a structured direction, okay? And all the training follow the same pattern, okay? So we will first do projects. We will we will help you to write the project in your resume. Then we will also give you um like So we will first do project, right? And then we'll help you to write the project in your resume. Then we'll build the resume. Then we will take a mock interview. Then we'll also take a mock, then we'll take an interview, mock interview so that you're fully prepared. Okay. Now, after you're prepared, suppose if you're a Power BI developer having 5 years of experience, expecting up to 20 LPA, right? Then what you can do, you can take like, suppose data engineering course or a combined course. You can learn with us, and then you can make a storyline that you have done 2 years in Power BI domain, and then you have worked 3 years in Azure data engineering domain, right? Or either you can write as a freelancing project. That also you can do, but we suggest you to write like this because you're not doing anything wrong here. What you're trying to do is you're just trying to like fast track your interview selection, right? Because once you go to the interview, you will be able to answer all the interview question, right? And then once you're hired, you will be able to do the project as well because you're learning everything and you're answering all the interview question and then you're getting selected, right? So we suggest you to write like this instead of writing as a freelancing project, which will fasten your the learning, right? Now, if you want to enroll for the course, you can enroll like this is the fees for the course, right? So as your Databricks and Spark course starts from 8th January, 8:30 a.m. IST will be the timing. The original price is 20,000 rupees. You can get it in 18,000 rupees. Similarly, as your data engineering course, it will start from 18th January evening, 8:30 p.m. IST will be the timing. Original price is 20,000 rupees. You can get it in 18,000 rupees, right? The combined course is like it will start from 8th January, the morning 8:30 a.m. IST will be the timing, right? The original price is 40,000 rupees. You can get it in 13,000 rupees. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now, 20,000 rupees now, rest after the batch starts, right? And if you're looking for a pre-recorded material, all the pre-recorded material will be available in the website in 10% discount after the demo ends. All these courses, like the offer is valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST, and then this offer will expire. Okay. So if you're looking for an enrollment, I will send you the link in the chat and then you can enroll, right? Give me a moment. Okay. Now anybody has any question, guys, you can ask me now again if you have any question. Anybody
There
has
is
any
no
question
evening batch, Abhishek.
for what? Like we have this
There is
evening
no
batch.
evening batch. It's only in the morning.
We have evening batch, which is 8:30 p.m. IST, but it will start from 18th January. Like not like
28th,
yeah,
28th
sorry,
January.
28th January. Yes.
I want
So you
combined one. If I
yeah,
want
so
combined
combined.
one,
So you this batch will also it's a combined one. So here we will learn
okay,
Azure Data Engineering first, and then we'll learn Databricks. So you can enroll
okay,
like you can use the same link. You can enroll, and then we'll add you to the evening 28th January batch, and we'll share the recordings with you so that you can utilize the time and start learning.
okay. So the combined one also have the evening batch, 8:30 p.m. IST.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 8:30 p.m. IST. There we'll start with data engineering first, and then we'll do the Databricks after 2 months.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Can you please estimate the amount that will incur the Azure cloud completing the project? So it is around 3,000 rupees if you are not going with free subscription. Sela Kumar, so it is around 3,000 rupees. Okay. When I change my profile from network to data engineer, I will be considered as a fresher. How it will be difficult to get a job? What salary I can expect in the beginning? I am from no coding background. So Asutosh, currently how much you're getting? Like you can expect 15 LPA, 10 to 15 LPA. If you don't know coding and if you want to learn Azure Data Engineering, you can expect up to 10 to 15 LPA. You can do this particular course. So it is for no coding people. You can do this particular course where we'll focus data factory completely. Okay. When I change profile, yeah. So if you're changing your profile, suppose you are a 3 years network engineer person, right? So you learn Azure Data Engineering and you say that I have 1 years of experience in network engineer, and you have done some networking one in Azure domain, and then you try to switch to as then you got a project in your current company. There you worked for 1.5 year in Azure domain. This is how you portray in your resume, and you try to give interviews. In that way, like it will fast track your interview process, right? And you can get a job quickly in this case, Asutosh. This is how we suggest you to portray in your resume. Thank you, Satish. So now, will you guide for resume? Yes, I will guide for resume. Yes.
Hi, Abhishek. This is Ashok. I have also a lot of experience, around 15 plus, but I did a lot of data engineering in the legacy world, like using Ab initio, SSIS, and all those tools. And
Hmm.
then later I am into managing the BI teams using
Yeah.
Tableau. Now I am working on the Databricks actually.
Hmm.
But the challenge what I am facing right now was during this journey, I mean, like we are using the AWS, but not into the AWS, right? On the being on the business side of the BI tools. So the cloud experience on Azure and AWS is really missing for me. Now I want to put myself as a lead data engineer. I'm like definitely got get into these things. Databricks we are using it. I'm getting into it, but not fully into the actual ETL pipeline because we are using on the BI side of it, like writing little amount of PySpark and then SQL, right?
Hmm.
All those things we are doing it.
Hmm.
So what I'm asking is like, I know that this is really a good course for 4 months, but I am in a scrunch where I need to get the course, get it done in a fast manner,
Hmm.
fast paced, like at least not like immediately a month or so, but I can dedicate for 1 or 2 months on every day, right? So in order to do that one, like what would you suggest basically to complete that and then get into like update my resume and get into the market?
How much time you can devote like daily to learn?
Daily, I can definitely 1 to 2 hours, 2 hours in the night time, 100%. I am fully
Hmm.
dedicated for yeah spending time. Yeah.
Like to be very honest, like 2 months is not like ideal. So you want to learn only Databricks, or you want to learn like Databricks and also Data Factory?
So that's where I'm in the confusion. So I'm thinking about I'm also parallelly just like I know it's a Databricks associate engineer exam. I was just preparing it. I might be giving it. So I'm thinking just a Databricks with Spark is enough for me, or because I want to have some kind of AWS or Azure cloud also, right, to
So
put into the resume.
what I suggest you is you can like if you want to learn, you ideally should learn Data Factory and Databricks both. Okay.
Okay.
But you don't need to wait for 4 months to start applying. Okay. Like
Okay.
what you can do is you can enroll for the course. You can like learn Databricks start. Okay. And after 2 months, you will get a fair idea about Databricks because you will complete the Databricks course. Okay. And now
Okay.
daily 1 hour class will happen, and the minimum you need like 1 hour to practice, right? So it's a realistic 2 hours every day class. Then you can learn in 2 months duration of time. And then when you're learning, you'll learn basic about Data Factory, right? So what you can do, you can put your resume. You can also write some Data Factory experience, but you will learn basics about Data Factory in 2 months because I will give you some videos. And
Okay.
after 2 months, you start applying, right? Because it's not like after you learn, you you will start giving interviews, and then like after one interview also you will not crack because you need to understand how to portray your cloud experience. Okay. So
Correct.
you
Correct.
give some interviews, you'll understand that how they are approaching you and where they are asking you question around, that you understand.
Yeah.
You give 3 4 interviews, and in 3 4 interviews 1 month is already passed, and then you're learning Data Factory. So after 1 month of Data Factory learning after 3 months, you will be fully prepared, because after 1 month, we will start touching upon Synapse, Fabric here and there. So you will be ready in 3 months. Okay. So this is what I suggest you. You enroll for the Databricks course, you learn about Databricks because you're already working on Databricks right now. And then after 2 months, you start applying. Till that point in the parallel, you learn Data Factory as well for 1 month, and then you're fully prepared in 3 months. Then you learn about here and there Fabric, here and there in Synapse. This is how you can go ahead.
So first focus on the Azure Databricks in the next 2 months and apply it, right? That's what you are
Yeah,
saying.
so I am suggesting you to focus on Databricks, and then for another 1 month Data Factory, and 3 months are a realistic timeline to complete stuff, right? But if
Okay.
you feel like, suppose once you join the course, if you feel
Yeah.
that I am slow as in you are learning fast, but I am teaching slow, right? It can happen because if
Yeah,
you're
no,
devoting
it's
more
not.
time.
My worry was, Abhishek. I think you brought up a good point. It's not like you are slow, but you are meant to teach for everybody in the class, right? So that's how
Mhm,
you are as a teacher, right? I totally agree with that one.
mhm,
Then I am thinking about, because of my problem, because of my thing, I want to get into the market because of so many other things in the offices and other things, right? In the 2 months time period, how can I use my time more efficiently, like with all the
yeah,
things? And then, because
mhm,
if I dedicate for 2 hours, I want to have some hands on, I want to understand the concept. So
mhm.
that way, I mean, I'm I know it's not fair for tailoring the course and all those things, and even that recorded videos with your support does make sense, or like,
It makes
that's
sense.
where
So
I
what
was
you
in
can
the
also
confusion
do,
actually.
like suppose there are two problems right now, okay? The people who are experienced like you, like
Yeah.
you can go with the recorded, but you need to be very committed, okay? You don't need like, hey, I
Okay.
purchase and then I don't watch. Okay, many people do that. So I'm telling you honestly.
Correct.
So if you feel that, hey man,
So
I
yeah,
can watch it, I will watch it definitely. So you purchase recording, you fast track learning, and whatever you want to do, you can do it. Okay. Or if you feel that, Abhishek, I need a person who is coming to
Correct.
me at a particular time, dedicatedly talking to me, then I'm more motivated to attend. Then you enroll for the live course. And if you want, I can share you some, like I can share the past recording as well with you as a part of a live course, right? But
Okay.
but you need to tell me that, Abhishek, I'm already keeping up with your live sessions and I need like some more recording so that I can fast track my learning. If you tell me, then I am happy to assist you, right? I can share some past recordings as well, which you can go through fast manner, meaning. Okay.
सर
Oh
मैं
God.
कुछ कहूँ क्या, इन लोगों के डाउट सॉल्व होंगे?
हाँ बोलो सतीश.
हाँ, इसमें तो कोई डाउट है ही नहीं कि आप कैसे पढ़ाते हो कैसे नहीं, क्योंकि आपने मुझे डेटाब्रिक्स से ही मतलब निकाल दिया है।
हम्म,
क्योंकि आप तो मतलब इट वाज फैंटास्टिक सर। क्योंकि मतलब इन लोगों का मैंने ज्वाइन क्यों किया, क्योंकि मतलब इन लोगों को भी डाउट्स होंगे कि क्या मतलब आप क्या पढ़ाते हो क्या नहीं।
हम्म,
क्योंकि
हम्म,
सर आपने तो मुझे गाइड किया उस दिन, देखा ना सर आपने कि मैं
हम्म,
किस लेवल का हूँ। आपने तो
हम्म,
मुझे मतलब कितना गाइड किया।
हाँ 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 सतीश हाँ.
हाँ, इसलिए मैंने कमेंट भी कर दी कि और मतलब इट वाज अ फैंटास्टिक सर। और मैं मतलब आपसे मतलब इतना ये हूं ना कि सर मतलब जेन्युइन है आप। मतलब मैंने कमेंट भी किए सर कि मतलब आपके रिगार्डिंग भी। और
थैंक यू सतीश.
आपको पता भी है सर कि मैं किस लेवल का।
हम्म,
और सर
हम्म,
आपको पता भी है कि मुझे क्या आता है और क्या नहीं। और आपने
हम्म,
मुझे सजेस्ट भी किया कि मुझे पहले स्टार्टअप क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं। क्योंकि
हम्म,
सर मैं तो सच कह रहा हूँ कि आप ना एक मतलब एग्जाम्पल इन लोगों को मेरा ही दीजिए सर, दूसरे किसी का मत ही रखे। क्योंकि मैं तो अभी के डेटाब्रिक्स और मतलब इसमें मैं हूँ ही सर। आपने
हम्म,
मुझे खुद स्टॉप किया है सर।
हाँ सतीश.
अगर ऊपर का ऊपर हाँ, ऊपर का ऊपर पढ़ाना होता था ना तो सर आप मुझे मतलब बाहर निकालते भी नहीं सर।
हाँ हाँ सतीश.
इसलिए ना सर वो हाँ, क्योंकि ना सर मेरे कहने का डाउट यही है कि सर इन लोगों को भी ना मेरा एग्जांपल दीजिए सर। मतलब
हम्म,
सबका डाउट ही क्लियर हो जाएगा सर।
ठीक है हाँ सतीश. So what Satish is trying to say is he is basically he joined the Databricks course, but he was not like totally fit into the Databricks course, right? So I suggested him to, hey, let's do some English coaching. So you basically will understand English. So we try to find a English tutor for him. And also solely I recommended him that, hey, you need a SQL course as well. So I recommended him. He started attending SQL course as well. So the point over here is As per your profile, we will try to guide you. We'll try to understand what fits best for you, no matter it's a English course or whatever it is. We'll try to find a best match for you, and then we'll guide you accordingly. So that is what he's trying to communicate right now here. Okay. So Ashok, coming
Got
to
it.
your point,
Yeah.
like we will try to like guide you, and then whatever is best for you. Suppose if you need like prior recording as well, that also will be
Yeah.
provided to you. Don't need to worry about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Abhishek. This is really good. Can I connect with you like probably after one-on-one if you have time, like sometime,
Yeah, I
and
have
then I
pasted
can
my number.
definitely.
You can connect with me. Yeah.
Where is it? Okay,
Yeah.
let me
So
check.
I let me paste the number here.
Abhishek, this course is only Mondays and Thursdays and Fridays, right?
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. This Azure data
Is
engineering. Like, let me, so every course has a different thing. So Azure Databricks course is on weekdays every day. Azure data
oh, okay.
engineering course is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? And combined course, if you're joining on, so suppose, let me try to make it simple. The evening batches runs on Monday, Thursday, Friday. The morning batch runs on every day, Monday to Friday. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anybody has any question, guys, which I can answer?
Yes. Hi, Abhishek. This is Navya here. So for the combined courses, right? So is it for like 2 months or the duration is for 4 months since you?
4 months. Combined course is 4 months. Azure data engineering course is 2 months. Azure database is for 2 months. Combined course is nothing but teaching both of the module together. So it's 4 months.
Okay. And how about the projects? Since like, will those projects be a replica of the real world or it is
Yeah.
just a
I
project?
will be teaching what I have done. Like suppose in 8 to 9 years of career, like you don't do new, you don't like try to, you always try to replicate things after certain point, right? So 8 years of career, whatever is common architectures in which I have worked, I try to teach all the architecture diagrams so that you know like how to solve data engineering problem in different architectures. So once you get a project in your current company, like once you join, you will be able to solve that architecture diagram. So we are basically teaching you different architecture diagram. So all the architecture diagram is different. And we are teaching you different architecture diagram. Like we are teaching you this architecture, this architecture, this architecture. One second, let me share this slide. So we are teaching you different architecture, like this architecture diagram. We are teaching you this architecture diagram. We are teaching you this architecture diagram as well. Then they are teaching you this architecture diagram. Then this architecture diagram. So we are trying to teach you different architecture diagram, and then by giving you real world data, real world experience, real world how to solve it, how to solve the problem. So it's a real world experience. It's same project which I have done, and that is what we are teaching you in the course.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Sounds good. And the last question is like, since you also touched upon on I mean, the recorded sessions, right? So in terms of content, like, will there be any difference in the content or like,
No,
because since is it a
content is
recorded?
same. Content is same. The only difference in recorded and live is in the live you're attending the classes live, and also you have a dedicated amount of like hey support that hey at this particular time the tutor will come talk to me, and then you will get mock interview support. So support once you are prepared, once you done the courses, you
Mhm.
can have a call with me when you're giving interview. So that kind of a interview support is also there in the live session. In the recorded session, we will give you the recording of the live session only. You can learn it your own timing. The interview question will be shared with you. The resume will be shared with you. You can connect with us for the doubt, but you cannot attend the live session. And also the mock interview support after you complete the training is not there in the recorded session. But syllabus wise, content wise, everything is same.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you. And since I do also know that SQL and Python would be required for few things, right? If yes, then what level of SQL we should be knowing before we start up?
So if you know, like, suppose if you know, uh, like how to filter the data, how to aggregate the data, how to apply like window function,
Hmm?
rank, dense rank, right? The all of that you know, then
Hmm?
it's good enough. Similarly, in Python, like you should know basic data aggregations, data transformations, and then if you know that, you can start. And if you like don't know SQL and Python, then you can also purchase our SQL and Python recording as a like as a combination of this course through which also you can learn.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Right? Anybody has any question, guys?
How many students will be allowed in one batch?
In one batch there will be 20 to 25 students.
Okay.
So 20 to 25 people enroll, then regularly 10 to 15 students attend. That's the roughly count. Yeah.
And what about practicals, Abhishek? So,
All classes are practical. Like in every class, we will be doing some practical thing itself. For example, like if you open this LMS portal, which I recently opened, open any one. So suppose let's open this one. So suppose here we are understanding like how to get a subscription. So I'm showing you how to get a subscription in the class. Then I'm showing you like how to connect storage account and connection with Databricks. So I'm trying to connect storage account with Databricks practically in the class. Then I'm telling you what is data source API date, how to read a CSV file in the class. Then I'm creating a SQL server in the class, trying to integrate Key Vault in the class. So every class is practical, coming with the problem statement, and then trying to teach you something to understand that how it can be done. And then once
great.
I
So
teach you all this,
you'll be connecting a SQL database as well, right?
yeah, I
In
will
the class.
connect SQL database. I will try to show everything practically without any error. Roughly here and there,
Okay.
I get some error because I have done this probably day in and day out. I'm doing this. So I do it
Okay.
like I know how it can be done without any error in the class itself. I will show you. And then you replicate it by doing yourself. And this is how the
Okay.
class will be done one by one. And after we
Cool.
learn like certain things, like suppose after eight classes, this project can be implemented because I told you how to read the file. I told you how to connect. Then I told you how to make a SQL database. Then I told you about Delta Lake, Delta table, everything. Then if you know all this, then you can implement a project. So I am now telling you end to end how it can be done. So we learn piece by piece, then end to end we'll teach again. Like that is how it is being taught.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
Okay, guys. Anybody has any doubt? Okay. If there is no doubt, you can like use the link which I have pasted in the chat to enroll, right? And then if you have any question, you can ping me as well to clarify. Okay, so I will send you the link so that you can enroll. And then if you have any question, you can also ping me. Second, I will share. All right, guys. So if you have any question, you can ping me as well. Let me go through the chat. If I have missed anything, I will answer those questions. I think I have covered all the question. Anybody has any question, guys, which I missed or which I need to cover? All right. If there is no question, then saying thank you so much for attending the masterclass. If you have any question, you can ask me now. Or else, thank you so much, guys. See you then. Bye.
Thanks, Abhishek. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.